Well, to be honest, I heard about Yaber last. So I knew about the major ones, the ones everybody talk about. And I started doing my research for price back in October. So I researched about the price and all, and I wasn't very satisfied about that. So I waited a little bit, and then this year I researched it, the prices dropped a little bit, and then one day my friend just told me, you know what, next to our place there is this one called Yaber. And then I started searching about it. While searching for the competitors, I noticed that the reviews were really bad. Like really bad, especially when it comes to customer service. And even when I was inquiring the price, it was so hard to get on hold on them. And like I had to text them and message them and they would never reply, and then they would call me 2 days later and they wanted to give me the information only over the phone, and the prices wouldn't be the same like over the phone and over the email. And then I found it so easy to contact Yaber over Instagram, and the person who was in touch with me was so patient because I'm Brazilian. I will be asking for a smaller price, and I did it over and over and over. Also because of the location. One, it's close to my place. In 15 minutes I'm here. Two, one of the biggest problems that I see people talking about is that when they're practicing outside the driving institute, it's quite busy, it's downtown, there are a lot of cars, and this is my first time driving in my life. I don't have a license from back home, so I'm taking and starting from zero. So I was a little bit shocked, and to be honest, until the day I came to do my registration, I wasn't sure about the location. But after I did, I was so happy because, around the school, it's very quiet. I can practice. My first lessons were very easygoing because I wasn't scared of hitting a car or something on my first time touching a car. The biggest fear that I had was about the language barrier. I heard from many institutes and many friends who took their driver's license here that they couldn't communicate very well with their instructor, and that was for sure my biggest fear. But I had two instructors here, both of them were amazing. I never had a single problem in communication. They speak fluent English, the accent is very easy to understand, very easy to communicate with them. He was very patient with me. I told him, I've never driven before, never touched a car before. This is my very first time, even though I'm 28, it's a little bit late. But they were patient. The main focus was telling me that it's okay to make mistakes. We're gonna fix them together. Don't be nervous, relax. And to be honest, it took me a while. It took me a while to relax. Still today, when I'm like today, it's my last class before a big test. I get nervous, but they're always reassuring me and making me feel comfortable. About the test itself, it is a little bit more complicated than back home, but the way they explain me is very simple to understand. They put in very easy steps. Okay, first your theory test, then you're gonna do 14 hours, then you're gonna take this test, and on and on. So nothing came as a surprise for me, and it's good to have a mentality on what's my next step. And another thing that I love about Yaber is how easy it is to book my tests, to book my classes. I usually can do it on the following day basis. I had a friend who went to another school, and then when they finish their classes, they have to wait a week or 2 weeks for the test, and then you forget everything you practiced, From the beginning, the Instagram person who was assisting me was very helpful. Then Sheila was the first one to be assigned to me. So it was very nice to have somebody assigned to your file. And even when I was passed on Dexter, she introduced me to Dexter. Everything was very smoothly. Also here, everything was very quick. I could notice also the building is very new. I only got to know after I joined that the school is very recent. It's only a year old. And I love it, nobody wants to go to an old school with old used cars. So everything is brand new, very easy to get in touch. I chose to pay for transportation because for me, paying taxi wasn't a good idea. I would end up spending so much money in taxi. So you guys had the package with the transportation. I found it very useful. The communication is very easy. They call me the day before or on the day and say I'll be there at this time, and they're always there at the sharp time. I get here 10 minutes before, I don't wait too much. It's perfect for me, the communication with the staff. So it is true that when I was researching about the prices, there were other options with better prices. But then you have to put it on a scale. What is better for me? To spend less money, but then take a longer time to get my driver's license, to not have the proper instructor, to have a school that's so far away from my house. Or for me, it was worth it paying a little bit extra and having almost a personalized experience. I know you guys have the 5-star course with a 100% personalized, but to be honest, for me, I already feel I have 100% attention from the staff. Everything goes so fast. To be honest, it's only not going faster because I have to work. If I didn't have to go to work, I would probably have my license in 3 weeks, you know? Once you pass, I passed my first test the first try. I'm so happy about it. Hopefully my next ones will continue this way, but I'd rather pay a little bit more for a good customer experience, for a good timing to get my license, than to pay, you know, it's not worth it, the economy you're gonna make, maybe 500, 700 dirhams, and then have an awful experience, and then end up exchanging a file here, paying a lot more. So from the start, I chose to come here. So right now I'm going to start the small yard test. So hopefully, inshallah, if I pass tomorrow, I'll do the RTA Smart test around Thursday, and then probably Friday and Saturday are gonna be my 2 last classes. So basically next week I'll be having my driver's license if everything goes smoothly and well.